Falcons have an event coming up April the 4th where they're going to be participating. We're not participating, pretty much showing up to 404 Day in Atlanta. A lot of stuff going on with concerts and events and just car shows and people just pulling out in the city. I believe that it's going to be good weather too as well. So be prepared for 404 Day coming up next weekend. A lot of parties, day parties, club, rooftop vibe type stuff. So be prepared for that. Make sure y'all drink responsibly and be safe too as well. Um, but yeah, it's going down. Hold on one second. My bad, man. Had to give my shout out to the room that's so loud right now with kids running around taking care of stuff. Brian Robinson Jr., man. Let's start with Brian Robinson Jr. 2022, 205 attempts for 797 yards with Washington, 2 touchdowns. 2023, 178 attempts for 733 yards with 5 touchdowns. 187 yards with 800 yards pretty much on the season in 2024 for count them, T. Will, 8 touchdowns. San Francisco last year, 92 attempts, 400 yards. Of course, you got Christian McCaffrey up there too as well, and 2 touchdowns with Brian Robinson Jr. Like you said, T. Will, it's a good addition for the Atlanta Falcons to pick up another Robinson, one who's not Bijan, but a guy who can help in third down situations, short yard situations. And I ain't gonna lie, I know everybody's so tight and so tied up on Tyler Algier because he was just a guy that we respected and loved so much here in Atlanta. But you got a guy like Brian Robinson Jr. now, T. Will, and I must say his play in the previous years has definitely put him on a level to where I can say I'm glad the Falcons went to go make this signing. This guy is a solid player. As you can see from the stats that I just read off from his career stats, you do have to watch him coming out of the backfield, right? You have to watch him in situations where it's like, is that Bijan back there? No, that's Brian. But it's in a way where defenses are not going to just, you know, sit back and just allow this guy to run all over the field. But if you allow this guy to get a burst, if you allow this guy to get through zone, that A gap or that B gap, this guy's going to continue putting on yards, tacking on more yards, of course, catching out the backfield too as well. We got a guy I think Falcon fans can trust in this system. Ian Cunningham mentioning, I think earlier this month or last month, that we have some solid running backs in the room. I think he was counting on Bijan Robinson, Nathan Carter when he said that, maybe even Carlos Washington from the practice squad. But he said we were going to add to the running back room. And them to go sign Brian Robinson for the amount of money they signed him for, pretty cheap deal, 1 year prove it deal. But if you go to the draft, T. Will, I'm just looking at the draft now because we're talking Brian Robinson, right? I know we have had some looks at Mike Washington Jr. from Arkansas, right, T. Will? But signing Brian Robinson shows that you now have Bijan and Brian there in the backfield. I'm not putting my eggs into the basket here saying the Falcons will draft a running back in the first 2 or 3 rounds with their picks. I'm now pushing running back probably to the end of my draft board because you don't necessarily need another running back at this moment unless you're going with 3 running backs. And if they don't want to use Nathan Carter or Carlos Washington, Brian Robinson, I do believe, will make this 53. Brian Robinson he's a solid player. Like go back and look at his tape. You saw him in Washington. I mean, he's a couple yards away in some of these seasons from putting up a stack. Like he almost had a 1,000-yard season a couple times. And that's during a time when there was no Bijan Robinson he was playing behind or had on the depth chart with him. Now you have Bijan.
Jack, I mean to cut you off. Do we have Bodie in the chat?
Do we?
404 proof?
Well, I know they're all splitting the bill over there at 404 proof. I don't know who's paying the I don't know who put the minutes on the plan this week. I did see Bird the other day with a shirt on, so I'm glad that Bird is actually wearing a shirt. I know the weather's getting a little bit better out there. But yeah, big shout out to Full Proof. He said, Jack, when you coming to watch this lemon pepper seasoning off my car, like you said,
That's Bodie.
Chop. That's got to be Bodie. That's got to be Bodie.
What up, Bodie? What's going on, man?
But then again, Boo Man and Bird also roast like that too as well. You got to read between the lines when it comes to these messages. So it does sound like Bodie, but hold on, T. I don't know, man, because I have his phone and he's still out there, with in the yard. So
wow.
That could be. It could be, unless he has a backup phone. Bodie, you didn't tell me about that. That's kind of that's kind of the reason why you're backed up on these yards today. So no secondary phones, Bodie, when we're finishing work here. But yeah, okay. Brian Robinson Jr., man, solid pickup by the Atlanta Falcons. I'm not complaining about it. I do think this is a 1-2 punch, just like Bijan Robinson. And for fans that are saying, Brian Robinson Jr., we could have got X, Y, and Z. We could have drafted this guy. I don't think they wanted to put that draft focus on a running back right now. Just my take of what the Falcons are doing. T-Will, you can agree or disagree. I'm not putting running back in round 2, 3, 4, or 5 at this moment, knowing that you have a 1-2 punch like Brian Robinson Jr. Bijan Robinson and Brian Robinson Jr. So T-Will, agree or disagree, man?
Agreed 100%, man. Hey, man, we got some fans in the stands, Jack. Probably want to get to that. Let's acknowledge these folks, man.
Okay, Smooth C's in the chat. April Thomas is also in the chat too as well. Big shout out to April Thomas. What up, everyone? And T will tell Jack you need to come cut my yard ASAP. Is that Ron or April? Is he a part of this now too?
That's Ron.
Okay.
Yeah, congratulations. He just added himself to the roast.
Okay.
I'm surprised there wasn't a comment about my hairline.
You got John Brooks now a part of the roast. Got Eric Parker now a part of the roast. Bodie, Carey, Craig, Smooth C, Big Low Country. A lot of people seems to be getting in on this roast of Jack Spade. We ain't gonna take too much of this, T-Will. We're trying to get through this show tonight, but we ain't gonna take too much of this roast now.
We're not gonna take it.
We're gonna turn one of these shows into a roast off, and you know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen.
Jack?
I'm gonna make sure we're not live on YouTube. I'm going to make sure we're not live on YouTube or we're not monetizing the videos. I'm about to go to F off. I'm letting you know right now. Let you know right now. Jay Kidd said Robinson will definitely run you over. He's not necessarily your power back in a way, but in this offense, the way you're going to be running it, he doesn't have the Tyler Algier, bowling ball-esque type moves when it comes to him as a running back, but he's elusive. He's quick. He's the guy who I have seen, even with the Commanders over the past couple of years, who have put up some numbers and has done pretty well in his NFL career. And I mean well to a point of he was going to find a job. If it wasn't the Atlanta Falcons, he was going to find a job somewhere. So shout out to the Commanders for releasing him. Shout out to the 49ers for releasing him because he's a Falcon now. Big shout out to Full Proof. Eric Mack is in the chat too as well. Smooth C back in the chat. He said, "Hey Jack, thanks for the hospitality at Culver's this past weekend. Your appearance as the Scoopy, the ice cream cone, made my day and the children happy. Thanks for the picks." You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about?
He put some thought into that, man.
Hey, Smooth C, man.
You guys are very creative with these roasts, man.
He's going in right now, man. He's thanking me for the weekend appearance as Scoopy the ice cream cone, and I'm kind of upset because he didn't put extra napkins in the bag. And I told him, I just went through the drive-thru not too long ago, and once again, T-Will, we have to go back up there with the receipt.
Oh no!
Because it says if there is no receipt,
up there, Jack.
T-Will, they said there's no napkins in the bag, then the meal is free. And I just got back to the house.
Oh, wow.
Kind of disappointed at your staff over there, Smooth C. So big shout out to Smooth C in the chat. Jay Black's in the chat. What's up, Jay Black?
What up, Jay Black? What's going on?
Eric Mack said
LBB in the chat, man. What's up, little big brother Eric Parker? What's up, man?
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jack.
No, we're talking Falcons, man. You know, this is a brotherhood. The brotherhood, as Dan Quinn used to say when it comes to this podcast. Eric Mack said Bijan Robinson is okay. I don't see him as much. Yeah, we're not depending on Brian Robinson to be the next Bijan, right? Or to be the next Saquon. We need him on these short yard situation downs. We need him where Bijan is, in the slot, however they're going to run their packages with Bijan, however they're going to put him on the field if he goes in motion. because you already saw in the past couple of years what Bijan does if he audibles and goes in motion into the wide receiver slot role, right? You already seen defenses try to align and change up things because he can catch it on drag routes. He can catch it on curl routes. He can catch it 23 or 30 yards down the field if they actually give him a shot. But it takes that defensive focus off of Bijan's in the backfield to, hey, realign quickly, adjust, because now Bijan's in the slot, wherever they're going to put Kyle, Drake London, Dotson. But then you have Brian Robinson too as well. Like we mentioned, his stats have kind of proven who he is as a running back. He's not bad. So knowing that you don't see him as much, that's good. Ain't no problem with it. But he's not bad, right? There's some running backs out there you'd be like, why did we pick him up? That guy's not who we want on this team. Brian Robinson, I think, is a solid, decent running back who is going to help us move the chains in the situational downs that we need. Jay Black said, Jack, what type of taskmaster are you holding cell phones? Is Jay Black a part of this too?
I guess so. I don't know.
Is he a part of this?
I guess he is, bro. I don't know.
Jay Black is added to the roast list too as well. Man, y'all just keep adding these moves on. Y'all keep tapping every day. Hey, yo, come on, T. Will. Man, you gotta say pause, T. Will. You gotta say pause, T. Will. Come on, man.
Hey, man. We call 15-yard penalty on who though?
YN's in
the entire chat.
Can't be doing that.
You penalizing the entire chat?
I'm penalizing. T. Will, what you just said, man. You got to say pause on that one, T. Will. Come on, gang.
What did I say?
T. Will, I'm not allowed to say it. Technically, I can say it to give you the penalty.
Okay,
but
say it to give me the penalty then.
T. Will, we was talking about a player and his performance on the field. T. Will, you just bust out what's getting bigger every day, and it's like, hey, yo.
I wasn't talking about him.
Were you supposed to mute the mic? Like, was you talking to?
I'm talking about the insults.
Okay,
that keep coming your way, or the list of people with roast submissions.
Just saying, man. There's some YNs in here who get into that YN mentality. T. Will,
I see where you're going.
Sometimes you at least just gotta say pause.
My bad, man. I'm sorry
stop the show,
that, bro. That is a party foul.
No, I feel you.
That is a party foul.
T. Will, I rock with you, but unfortunately, I'm about to give you a 15-yard penalty on that. 15-yard penalty.
Wow. I couldn't get a 5 or a 15-yard. Oh, wow. Okay. Unnecessary roughness.
Unlawful use of not saying pause during the statement he made about something getting bigger every day. Falcon fans, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. Little brothers in the chat, Eric Parker. Big shout out to Eric Parker.
What up, Eric Parker?
Talking Falcons football with us tonight. 82 Money. Carlos in the chat with the gang. Gang. Carlo. Gang.
Carlo.
Shout out to 82 Money, Carlo. King of Atlanta said the Falcons got two amazing running backs. T. Will, agree or disagree? Two amazing running backs in the backfield?
I do. I agree. What's going to be interesting is how they deploy them both and what formations they utilize them in. So I did a little research during our one time for the fan break, Jack. And you know what I discovered? Bijan had his most success running out of the pistol.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, that's how Zach Robinson wanted to run, was just out the pistol. So.
But, and I can't believe I'm doing this, we were running pistol before Zach, but to Zach's credit, I think he was trying to put them in positions to succeed. I think as far as just the mixture of plays, we didn't do a great job of that. But most of Bijan's success came out of running out of the pistol. Okay. So it's gonna be interesting to see just how we deploy both in what formation. Now I would have bet, everything Kevin Stefanski has said has been under center. So I would imagine we'll see a lot of that, but it's just going to be interesting, man, just to see how we deploy that. I can't wait to see that.
Let's talk to the chat. Let's talk to the chat and see, T. Will. Chat, if you're comfortable with the Brian Robinson pickup, right? And I don't mean like, oh, man, this guy's going to be, 1,500-yard guy and all this. If you're comfortable with the Brian Robinson pickup, just put a 1 in the chat so that way we can go over your answers. Take this little survey real quick. Put a 1 in the chat if you're comfortable with the Brian Robinson pickup. If you're not digging the Brian Robinson pickup, you're not feeling it, you don't want 2 Robinsons on the team, just put a number 2 in the chat. If you guys feel like, they could have went elsewhere and got another running back. I know some fans were heavy on the Nick Chubb type of thing or the Najee Harris type of thing. If you're not comfortable with the Brian Robinson pickup, put a 2 in the chat. If you are comfortable with the Brian Robinson pickup, please put a 1 in the chat. Big shout out to everybody in the chat here talking Falcons football. Eric Mack said,
not to cut you off, isn't Chubb injury prone though? Like injury prone?
Over the past couple seasons, yes. I think people want that Kevin Stefanski relationship back again, that reunion with some of his former players. I mean, we do have Austin Hooper, Cameron Thomas, a bunch of his staff too as well. There's a lot of buddy going on over there too as well. So we'll get to some of these answers on the survey. If you're comfortable, and I just mean comfortable, I don't mean we ain't trying to over-exaggerate it now or put it to a level of like, oh, he's going to be the greatest running back the Falcons ever had. We're not saying that. If you're comfortable with the Brian Robinson signing, just put a 1 in the chat. April Thomas or Ron Thomas said, Jack, tell everyone how bad I beat you in Madden last year. Ray Charles seen it coming. When did you beat me in Madden? What do you – is that D Alford?
What have you been drinking tonight, Ron?
Is that D Alford on April Thomas's account? D, is that you?
Ron, what have you been drinking tonight, sir?
What are you talking about? Beat me in Madden? Falcon fans, look at me. You think I lose in Madden? Like, let's be honest here. You think Jack Spade, the Jack Spade, loses in Madden?
Jack Spade. He is the Jack Spade now. Okay, y'all get it right. He is the Jack Spade.
Come on now. Smooth season. 21 Carrie at 21 Carrie. Big shout out to Carrie. She has this new oven and carpet restoration company, and she's been getting.
Wow!
And I just want to say shout out to Carrie because my floor looks amazing right now. So big shout out to Carrie. And of course, the oven temperature is back set right again too as well. So
Carrie is going to get you for that, sir.
Right. Right. She did come off firing in the chat when I jumped back in there earlier too as well. DSGB Hall says, "Damn, and I'm quiet tonight." Hey, man, you already know what it is, man. Shout out to DSGB Hall, man, in the chat. Voodoo Lounge said, love you, T-Will. Old man.
Love you back, Voodoo. How you doing, man? That's a classmate of mine. How you doing, brother? Hopefully all is well. I've known that dude for many years, man. Hopefully all is well.
Hey, man, chat is live. Chat is lit. Shout out to Voodoo in the chat. Eric Parker, Monte Carlo, Smooth C said, what up, chat? Get them likes up. Hey, Falcon fans, once again, if you're watching, if you're listening, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you're at, there's a like button around here on YouTube. Just hit the like, right? Scroll up. If you guys are in the chat, hit the like. It takes about 3 seconds. Facebook, hit the like. Keep bringing your comments. Keep bringing your questions. Let's talk Falcons. Send it off to your Discord. Send it off to your Facebook groups, wherever you're at. We've grown this channel together, Falcon fans. I think we've done a great job. T-Will, what? Hold on a second here. I was giving a shout out to the chat, and I look down at my phone, and I see T-Will tagging Carrie. So you know what? T-Will just got a 15 yards for not playing calls. We keep the offense keeps moving the chains, and you keep backing the damn offense up. Now we're first and 30 right now. We're in a tough situation here. The punter's warming up. We don't want the punter to warm up right now, especially not on.
Oh wow!
T-Will's over here self-snitching on. He's snitching on your boy.
Hey man, hey, she had a right to know, Jack. You in here talking trash about it.
Carrie watches the podcast.
I'm trying to motivate her to come in here. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying because I want to see
is going to look and say, "Oh, there was a podcast tonight. Oh, Jack's talking about me. Oh, let me go find it. Let me go see what they're talking about."
That's exactly what she's gonna do. If she can, if she's not, her son may have some activity tonight, but if she can, if she's not doing homework, you know what I mean, she'll be in here.
So before we get to the next signing and the next move the Falcons made, talk some Falcons football in the Falcon way. Smooth C, man, like you said, get the likes up.
What up,
Facebook,
Smooth C?
Twitter, YouTube, repost, reshare, retweet, throw it in the Falcons groups, send it to your Falcons group chats. We're growing this channel really good together. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who's always been a fan of One Time for the Fan, who's always rocked out with me, T. Will, Kerry, Bodie, everybody. You guys are doing a great job being fans, being diehard Atlanta Falcon fans. You know, this podcast is from us, it's for y'all. It's in a way where we just want you guys to enjoy it. And Smooth C has a 1 in the chat. He's comfortable with the Brian Robinson signing. April Thomas has a 1 in the chat too as well. King Atlanta supporter said, I'm just glad. I'm just happy that Bijan got some help. So I'm guessing that's a 1. J Kid got a 1 in the chat too as well. Shout out to J Kid. 82 Money Caller got a 1 in the chat. King of Atlanta drops that 1 back in the chat. Eric Parker dropped a 1 in the chat. Nathan Floyd. T-Will, I don't see no 2s. I think we good.
Yeah, I think we're good, man. Everybody's online and on board with the Brian Robinson signing. Let me tell you something. What this Falcons team has been able to do, Jack, it is the definition of balling on a budget. You hear me? I don't know how they did it, but they signed 20 players and they had a budget of $20. So I don't know what they did, man. But
hey, $1 per player.
Hey, man, they did it. They got it done.
Matter of fact, speaking of $1, Bigelow Country just got hired at the Family Dollar over there off of Lakewood Avenue. So make sure you guys head over there to Family Dollar and ask for Bigelow. Heard he got some good deals going on this week. You get 3 for 3 on the Coca-Colas this week, too. So head over there to Family Dollar on Lakewood. Holla at my boy Bigelow Country. Eric Mack says he dropped a 1. He says he likes the signing for depth. So Eric Mack is in the chat talking Falcons football with us. He does like the signing for depth. And, of course, you know, everybody is comfortable putting their opinion and thoughts in the chat about any one of these players as long as you're respectful, right? Because we do have player family that watches the show. Of course, you guys know we do have some players that watch the show, Falcons organization who probably chimes in every randomly. You know, T-Will knows that I know that people know. You know, we got some connections, you know what I'm saying? Not in a way that we're going to go call Ian Cunningham, get some news, but we just know some people that do like enjoying the podcast.
Connections.
And they watch it from time to time. Of course, we give a big shout out to everybody within the Falcons organization. We give a big shout out to everybody who's going to be fighting for that 53-man roster spot. And, of course, everybody who supports the Atlanta Falcons, too, as well. J Kid said, I'd still look in the 7th for an undrafted free agent at running back. Or, of course, the 7th round pick going for a running back. It's possible unless Nathan Carter. Because here's the thing, T-Will. Ian Cunningham said himself when he was asked at the media day or the press conference he had a couple weeks ago, we have a solid group of running backs, and we're going to add to that, right?
Right.
The only running backs that was available, that was on the roster at that point was Nathan Carter, Bijan Robinson, and Carlos Washington on the practice squad. So if he does go and add a running back to, you know, from the draft class or an undrafted free agent, there could be some there could be some running back competition battle at camp for the 3rd spot. But he already mentioned that they have some solid group of running backs already, and now they just added Brian Robinson. Is it possible that they can go in the 7th round and get a running back, T-Will, right now?
Anything's possible, but I don't see that. I don't see that.
You know what I do see, T-Will? I see Carrie cut her camera on and then cut the camera off.
I knew it. I knew what I tell you. What did I tell you?
Oh,
I told you as soon as I dropped that in there, she was coming.
Look at Carrie looking off.
She was coming. And she got camera ready, boy. She ready to roast your ass.
Okay, I see you, Carrie. Carrie got the Hawks hat on. Carrie thugging it with the hoodie on. Is that a Braves hoodie? Carrie's out here carrying it up tonight. 21 carries in the podcast. 21-21.
It's a Jack about to get the business hat night. What's going on, 21 Carrie? You all right?
I'm over here trying to enjoy this Hawks game, even though we're blowing a 19-point lead.
I know, right? And that is crazy.
And I heard, got some complaints about the car detailing business, as the producer of the show, as well as the, person that keeps the business rolling with the car detailing. Got some complaints with that. So I don't know what's been going on with you, Jack. Been kind of MIA. So just
Carrie, because of you starting this roast at Jack Spade, going at me back and forth, you now got apparently Jay Black is now involved, Smooth C is now involved. A lot of people are involved in this roast. We're counting over 10 fans in the chat who's now like, we're gonna start the show with a roast. We forgot DSGB Hall. You know, he's a part of it too. Eric Parker's a part of it too.
Did Kerry start it or did Eric and Craig
But
start
Kerry's encouraging this so fans can be like,
Yeah,
oh,
but
if Kerry can
don't
do it,
think she
we can do
started
it too.
it, though,
Don't cut the
Jack.
camera off now, Kerry. Don't cut it off now.
No,
I don't
I'm
think
not
she
trying to cut my
started it. Kerry, do you remember when this started? This
has been going on for way
yes,
long before
this-
me. Don't blame
this-
me. I just
right.
joined in on the
this
fun,
officially
really.
started that show when your mic went crazy, and Eric and Craig just let for. Oh my God! I wish we could find that show. There would be not a dry eye in the house from laughter.
I'm
But
waiting
that's
for
when
you
it
to
started,
find
it, sir.
that.
That's
I'm
when it
waiting.
started, it, sir. That's when it started at Jack Spade. So you
sorry,
can't
my
blame
mic was
Kerry. That was Eric and Craig, sir.
So here's the thing, right?
Eric, are you in the chat? Do you remember?
So here's the thing.
Eric, you see his emoji. I guess Eric is on demon time. Come on.
That was random with the whole microphone thing. That doesn't happen every time, right? So
That's
fans
what
could,
made it funny. That's
I know,
what made it hilarious.
I know, and fans could have picked up on it. And it, for the fans that did not watch the show, did not hear the show, or heard about it, it just slips their mind. But every podcast we do, Kerry got something to say at Jack Spade, and of course, I have to respond because I am Jack Spade.
You really started it because now that I really
Think about it. I didn't start the whole let's make fun of Jack Spade. It really started with maybe 2 months ago. You started trolling me all the time.
Yep.
So I
sure did.
Yeah, I had.
And when I say Jack Spade trolls, Jack Spade troll. Y'all don't see that side of Jack.
Yeah, you really
That'll
don't.
just keep going.
I don't troll nobody. I'm a good guy.
Oh man, stop it! You're a good guy, but you troll. You know you troll, Jack. Don't do that.
Me and Kerry have had our one-on-one conversations. She knows that this is not a personal troll. This is a football podcast, and of course we say football related things.
You were trolling, bro.
Okay, and I would say the same goes for me saying that you need to do a better job with cleaning the cars and taking care of the roofs. It's not.
I got you. All right, you can cut your camera off now, Kerry. DSGB Hall's here. He said, Kerry, agree or disagree? I know you're having a good time talking Falcons tonight with us. Half of the free agents we signed are injury prone, knowing that they're on prove-it deals. If these guys are healthy, if everything works out correctly, we have a stacked team right now with the amount of money that we spent. But Kerry, are you somewhat worried that a lot of these guys are injury prone? And if it doesn't work out, then we're looking at, hey, well, it's the next man up mentality, because some fans are kind of worried about that. They see some of these pickups and say, that guy's been injured the past 2 years. That guy's been injured the past 3 years. That guy's been injured the past 4 years. Are you worried about that, Kerry?
For me personally, I'm not worried about that outside of Tua. I feel like I completely understand why we signed him, and it can end up being, a great signing as far as the value, because we only paid $1.2 million. I mean, that's less than a backup quarterback. So if he ends up being our starter this season, that's a hell of a deal. But he's the only one I'm worried about, because you got, Penix coming off a ACL, knee injury, and then you also have a guy who's had injury in college as well, Tua at Alabama, and he had multiple injury, specifically head injuries in Miami, which I feel can be worse, because it was just 2 years ago that everybody was talking about, if he takes one more hit, man, he's done for, and they were talking about he should retire. So for me, it was, I understand the move, but I am a little, worry about that. Wow, we got 2 QBs that are not necessarily durable. They're not Matt Ryan. So it's that I am worried about. But as far as the other pickups go, I really like the pickups that we have. And obviously they had to pass, physical and go through all the medicals. So I'm hoping that because they just came off an injury, or they have an injury history, they're coming with something to prove. And I also feel like we were bargain shopping. So what can you do? You know, this year we're really balling on a budget. We don't have any money, so it is what it is. You know, you just got to get through to 2027.
Right, right. And Falcon fans, to Kerry's point about Tua did speak to, was at 92.9 the other day. And big shout out to everybody over there at 92. Tua did mention this is a contact sport. Regardless of how you look at it, you're going to get some contact, right? It's not one of those sports where, you know, you might be able to get away with it. It's not like golf or anything like that. But Tua did mention too as well, if you think about it, like he did take some hits last year and he get up off the ground. So we are hoping that, you know, Tua is looking into new ways to making sure he knows when to slide, how to slide a little bit better, when to go out of bounds, when to, you know, just drop and take the sack and not just sit over there and try to lower your shoulder and, you know, put these Jackson Dart quarterback type hits on linebackers. But then again, you've seen plays where quarterbacks have slide for the first down. And here comes a guy late hit 3 seconds later and comes and takes the guy out. And we hope that this doesn't happen for Tua. I see what DSGB Hall is saying about the injury-prone type players. But outside of them being injured, which is this a contact sport that we know, a lot of these players get banged up all the time. Drake London sat out a couple games last year too as well. He's not injury-prone, right? Kyle Pitts was also playing, I think, with a messed up MCL or something like that a couple years ago. He's not injury-prone. But these players get banged up all the time. We do wish that they come off the field healthy. When we talk about the Atlanta Falcons, we do talk about them in a way that this season could be really good if they are healthy, because these guys are going to get hit left and right, starting from summer camp, going down to preseason, going down to week 1, all the way to the end of the season. But just to hear some of the positive comments from Tua about, you know, what he came to Atlanta to do, how he likes the weapons here in Atlanta with Drake London and Pitts and Bijan, the offensive line. It's going to be Kevin Stefanski's job and, of course, Bill Callahan's job with the offensive line to make sure that they protect Tua if Tua's in that role. And, of course, even for Michael Penix, too, as well, to protect Michael Penix, to make sure that, you know, both of these guys, whoever is playing, takes a hit, which I'm sure they're going to get hit, and get off the ground. Remember it happened last year, T-Will. Michael Penix was looking like Michael Penix at that San Francisco game, and they got all over him. And you saw it in the fourth quarter, picking it up. You can see it from his hand. You can see it from his knee. You see it from a couple spots where he was banged up. So there's going to be some games where the defense will get to you. Pressures, late hits on the quarterback, knockdowns on the quarterback. So that stuff happens all the time. We do hope that these players are taking care of their body and conditioning well, because it's going to be a rough season for every single one of these players. But big shout out to everybody in the chat. Chat is also going crazy right now. It's good to see the chat is live and the chat is lit. Jay Kidd said, side note, Scott Kennedy on his pod asked if content creators and fans wanted to do a draft party at Taco Mac.
He did. Big Low Country and I watched that show today. He mentioned that would be really cool. Day 2 of the draft. Maybe all the content creators get together.
And what day? That is April, 26th, I think it is, 27th? What day is that?
I don't know. I don't want to check, because then you're going to tell me that my camera's off. So.
Oh, wow. Well, I wouldn't
Every
say
time
that.
I minimize this, app, it pauses the camera.
Well, Carrie, I forgot what you look like. It's been like 2 months since you've been on the channel. You know, I'd be like, where is Carrie? I've been talking to this avatar for the past 2.5 months. You know?
Wow.
So,
wow. Okay.
Yeah, oh, there goes Carrie again. There she goes. There she goes. Falcon fans. You see what y'all did, Falcon fans?
I thought you'd be happy I blessed you with my presence tonight. Thank you very
No,
much.
we definitely
Don't even
are. I
know how to act. See how that go?
Well, let's ask the chat. Chat, if y'all want Carrie to show up with the camera on, put a 1 in the
stop.
chat. If y'all don't mind Carrie back and forth going with the camera on, camera off, put a 2 in the chat. But if you want to have Carrie here on the show with the camera on, put a 1 in the chat.
Come on,
And
chat.
we'll talk
Have
some
my
Falcons
back
football.
here.
Right. So let's see when everybody gets into the chat. People are laughing, having a good time. Eric Parker
that's
said,
a good photo of me. Holding my undefeated record at Raymond James Stadium. I really thought this last season at Tampa, I thought, yeah, my record is gonna be over. And wow, that was such a great game. And yeah, still undefeated. Looking like we're gonna sweep the Bucks this year, because they're losing players left and right.
right. I haven't seen the Bucks really make no moves this offseason. And this is not a flashy offseason for any NFL team. T-Will, we spoke about it. I don't see any big move that's like, oh, this team is stacked or this team is doing this. Yeah, some teams got a couple players that's like, all right, yeah, he's okay, he's decent. He's decent. Carolina has a linebacker or two they picked up, but I don't see Carolina doing much this year. The Saints continue to be the Saints, and then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are probably taking, if not one, but 2 steps back. But the Atlanta Falcons, I'm sure any NFL fan across the NFC South has said the Falcons are stacking up with the money that they got.
I was going
they're
to say
getting some
like
decent
5
talent.
steps back, Jack.
I mean, they got Zach Robinson on the staff now. So
Right.
that automatically is like -3.
Right.
They lost Mike Evans, you know, one of the best wide receivers, and to San Francisco. And now Levante David retired yesterday or 2 days ago?
2 days ago. Yeah.
Yeah, he retired. So yeah, my Bucks family are all sad, saying what's happened to my football team. So they're all sad.
Yeah, well, they still have time to become Falcon fans. We got Eric Parker. He's talking trash too as well. He said Jack's mic was so loud that time that YouTube deleted it.
Damn.
Well,
He
you gotta
hit
email
with another one,
YouTube.
too.
You gotta
He hit
email
you with
YouTube to
another
get
one.
it
Did you
back.
see the other one?
What happened?
He hit you with another one. Did you see it? It was funny.
Jack's mic set off my Apple hearing alert. Oh wow,
No, it was another one. He's dropping them all up in
He's
here.
dropping them in the chat all day.
Yeah.
What is this? Jack's
it was
mic has a
another one.
part-time job doing Amber Alerts.
That's
Okay.
the one.
Oh
All right, that's it. We're done with
God.
Eric Parker for now. That's it.
That's
That's
the
it.
one right there. That's the
That's
one.
it.
And I'm
King
this
Atlanta
Hawks
said-
game, man.
That was
How the
good,
Hawks looking right
LBB.
now? How the Hawks looking?
They're down by 1. It's 4 minutes 49 seconds left in the fourth
Yeah.
quarter.
110, 109.
17-point.
19-point
what?
lead.
They blew a 19-point lead.
Well, hey man, it is the best team in the East, and look, if we win it, nobody cares. If we lose it, then yeah, Kerry, they blew a 19-point lead. But
Hey,
the good
Hopefully
news
they
is-
win it, so we don't have to hear about it because
There you go.
come on,
There you go.
halftime it was 73-55. It's like
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, we came out cold in the third quarter. We came out just ice cold. So
It sounds
hold on.
every
Is Trae Young?
Hawks
Is Trae Young in the
quarter.
game? Is Trae Young in the game?
stop it, Jack.
But I
Stop
feel like
it
the
right now.
Hawks always are bad in the third quarter. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the Hawks can pull this off. They are on a 2-game win streak from the last 2 wins they won Saturday and Monday. King of Atlanta supporter has a question for you, Kerry. Y'all think the Falcons will re-sign Drake London?
Yes, yes, and yes.
I don't understand where this is coming from. It's very weird to me that so many Falcons fans are like, trade Drake London or like, don't sign Drake London. I truly don't get it. Like, he's a top 10 receiver in the league, in my opinion, when healthy, when playing the full season with good quarterback play. So, I don't know. I had to hear like, oh, Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson, 2 receivers that came out in the same draft as him, were better than him for the longest time because he had like the worst quarterback play, his first 2 years. And I feel like the last year and a half he played very well. And he was top 5 receiver in many categories. So for me, I don't understand when you already have a pretty bad receiver room with very little depth, why you would trade away your wide receiver 1.
Right.
For me, it doesn't make
I-
sense. I don't.
Doesn't make
I
sense
mean-
at all. I see Drake
don't-
London getting a deal. They have the money to get it done. If not going to be this year, we're doing some extensions or any more restructures, but it's going to be done next year. Drake London
Yes.
should be a Falcon for life, in my opinion.
It is
Um,
weird to me though, Jack, that Adam Schefter did report this week that Bijan Robinson will get a massive extension this offseason. That's his prediction. But it's like, okay, well, what about Drake London, who was drafted a year earlier? It is kind of weird to me though that that's not the priority to get that
Right.
done first. So, but I want to keep him personally. I think I don't think it makes sense to not keep him.
Well, we'll see what the Falcons do. Don't forget, the Falcons do have a lot of money next year. I'm sure Drake recognizes that. I'm sure Bijan recognizes that. Bijan on vacation too as well earlier this week with Kyle Pitts and, of course, some other NFL players out there in Italy. So big shout out to the Falcon players that's hanging out together. And, of course, you guys saw the video, I believe, of Kyle Pitts also working out recently with Josh Simon and some
No, I
other
didn't.
players. Yeah, they was out there working out with Adept Athlete, one of the training instructors out here in the city. And, of course, they're putting in their work right now. So big shout out to Kyle Pitts. Big shout out to, all the Atlanta Falcon players who are getting ready this offseason to do what they have to do. To do what? To build back this team and get us to the playoffs. I see people in the chat saying, pay that man. A lot of people in the chat want us to keep Drake London. So that's good. That's good. Pay Drake and Bijan. I do think the Falcons will end up doing that. King Atlanta says Kyle Pitts is going to get a long-term deal. 82 Monte Carlos in the chat with, had we had better play calling, a lot of guys would have had way better numbers. Plus him, Pitts, and Bijan are pretty much the face right now. I definitely agree. If we would have had a better offense, that especially with the play calling, that could have looked much better for guys like Drake and guys like Bijan. Plus we dealt with a lot of injuries too as well, and Kirk Cousins wasn't looking like Kirk Cousins that we thought he possibly could have been after Penix went down too as well. So this year should be a little bit different. Let's just be prepared for what the Falcons can do. T-Will, not only did the Atlanta Falcons sign Brian Robinson Jr., what else did they do with the money that they have, T-Will?
Well, they signed Trevor Siemian, the consummate backup quarterback that he is, and with Tua and Penix, I think it's a good move. You know what I mean? So hey, you got a number 3 that's not sexy, but definitely knows how to run an NFL offense. Is obviously comfortable with Kevin Stefanski. I think it's a good move, man. I think the Falcons have really utilized all of their resources, and I really think that they've raised the bottom collectively. They've raised the floor of the team. So, hey, I'm in support of it. I think it's a good move. I definitely think that we've kind of assembled our team, and we put ourselves in a position, Jack, where when we go into the draft, we're not desperate for one position or another. We really can go BPA. Those are my thoughts.
Trevor Siemian, 2016 Trevor Siemian, 3,400 yards, 18 TDs, 10 interceptions. 2017 Trevor Siemian with the Denver Broncos, 2,200 yards and some change, 12 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. 2019, that's a wipe. 2020, that's a wipe. 2021 with the Saints, pretty much 1,100 yards and some change, 11 TDs and 3 touchdowns. 2022, 184 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 TD, 1 interception. 2023, 724 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Just a veteran quarterback who I think they just wanted to just be in this system because the backup quarterback to the backup quarterback is very important, T-Will. We talked about it a couple episodes ago. The 49ers were in a position where they went down to their last man, to Mr. Irrelevant. And that's how Brock Purdy ended up getting a job in the NFL. Do we want to see Trevor Siemian in the game week 6 or week 7? Probably not. But the Falcons went ahead and got another guy, as you said. They're trying to just raise the floor here on depth chart positions so they can attack the draft with the tools that they have and the resources that they have already in the locker room for what they need. Now, T-Will, after hearing this signing from Trevor Siemian and, of course, hearing the Brian Robinson signing, if you look at the draft now, Falcon fans, there were some people that was saying draft this quarterback in the 2nd round, draft this guy in the 3rd round, or draft this running back in the 4th round. Here on One Time for the Fan, just giving you my take. I don't have running back on my draft board right now. Could they go get a guy in the 5th, 6th, or 7th round? Possibly. But for me,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I
mean, they could, but that for me, that's highly unlikely. You know what I mean? We only have 5 picks, so
I'm not wasting a pick on a camp battle right now.
There you go.
And you sign Brian Robinson. Nathan Carter, I think he's not bad at running back. Plus, Carlos Washington has been on the practice squad for a couple of years. That could be your camp battle for running back 3. You're not going with 4 running backs. Right. Of course, it's going to be an undrafted free agent they're going to bring in 2 as well. You know that happens every year. But for me, Jack, I'm just looking at the draft. I don't have running back on my board like how it was 2 weeks ago when I was thinking, oh, it's just Bijan and Nathan Carter. What's the next move? Quarterback, I don't have them going to get a quarterback in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. You could put 15 rounds. I don't have them getting a quarterback at all. I think the 3 quarterbacks in the room are the 3 quarterbacks. So now quarterback is out of here. Running back is out of here. Offensive line still in play because you can probably get a swing tackle or a guard to come in back up. Lindstrom. That the depth chart last year was crazy when players got injured. So maybe you can go that route in the draft with the second round pick. But something is telling me, T. Will, we said this a week or two ago on the podcast. Kerry, you can jump in. T. Will, you can jump in. Even after the signing of the player from the Raiders, I forget his last name. Something is telling me, T. Will, wide receiver or corner still might be the pick at number 2.
Yeah, it could be. It definitely could be.
If they go sign Curtis Samuel, Tyreek Hill, a bunch of wide receivers in the next 3 or 4 days, and they call it, that's it for free agent signings, I can understand.
You said Tyreek Hill?
I'm just saying randomly. You know how they go.
Oh, okay. I don't.
Right now,
yeah.
I'm looking at the draft pick in the second round, and the 2 positions I see that they haven't spent too much time on, and they also have some money too as well. Wide receiver and cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Mike Hughes is still here. I know AJ Terrell is still here. I know Clark Phillips is going to be coming back from injury. Is Clark Phillips going to be a part of this? Billy Bowman is going to be coming back from injury. I think Billy, of course, is going to be a part of this.
Does Clark Phillips still have any time left on his contract, or he's free agent?
T. Will? Let's see. Clark
I don't know if he has
Looking at it
one.
now.
I don't know if he was drafted in 2021 or I can't remember right now. But to be honest, I don't know if he's gonna make the team.
Clark Phillips has been battling an injury that this could
Right.
be a tough situation for him. But then again, Kobe Bryant over here streaming and almost getting into altercations down there at the Airbnb is like,
I
bro.
mean, for me that was a valid crash out though.
I mean, I know he wants. I'm not saying he wants to be a streamer.
So, guys, this is the final year of
Okay.
Clark's contract.
Okay, so for Kobe Bryant situation, the football player, not the basketball player. Kobe Bryant. He got into a little altercation on stream recently, and this is no JPJ moment. He didn't crash out to that level and do all that type of stuff. Kobe's been streaming for a while, right? So people kind of figure, maybe he might go IRL one day and take it out there and into the public. Normally he's streaming on Twitch and stuff. But to see Kobe in that video was like, how I watch Kai Cenat, IShowSpeed, all these other the FaZe guys, those guys that be in LA streaming all the time, IRL. To randomly see Kobe Bryant, a Falcon player, on the stream crashing out on some YNs for destroying an Airbnb, apparently, that's just random because I don't expect to see Kobe Bryant. The one news I hear about Kobe Bryant this offseason, otherwise than him probably getting prepared mentally to get out there and do what he can as a cornerback for the Atlanta Falcons. The one news I hear about Kobe Bryant this offseason is that he crashing out on stream. Like a streamer, like how streamers do. And it's like, Kobe, don't get yourself caught up with that. Like that streaming life is, I don't know. I know what Speed and Kai Cenat them do, but Kobe, don't get yourself caught up in all that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? If you go on stream with your crew, your partners in them, do the video game thing, however you want to do it, man, you're going to have a long, long career of success in the NFL. Man, don't get caught up with these no names. Well, I think he saw it enough that I think he's going to have that D offered moment. I think he's going to have that D offered moment. He played pretty well last year when he got in. And if the coaches see what we see, what the fans see, Kobe Bryant is going to have a long career of success in the NFL. I think I want Kobe here with the Falcons. I want Kobe here for a year or two. He's a young player. He balled out in college. Number one, he was going crazy in college, right? Made a big name for himself. Came out to the NFL, and of course, we had him on the side. I don't know if it was injury or what the X, Y, and Z was to it. But when we put him in the game, he was locking down Mike Evans. He's locking him down.
Yeah.
Did his job.
To your point, I just want all our players to stay home Like, just be on your Drake London, your Michael
Drake just
Penix,
chilling right now.
your
He's just
AJ
relaxing.
Terrell. Like, those guys just stay home. They got their ladies.
Right.
They don't leave the house, it seems like.
That's how you do it.
It was wild to watch a stream and see Kobe Bryant just crashing out. And then people are reposting the clip. All the streamer community clip people that repost these clips. Atlanta Falcons cornerback Kobe Bryant crashing out on. I'm like, what is going on? He down there in the Airbnb with a bunch of people in there. They yelling and screaming at each other. And the one dude got to grab the camera and put the camera down. Anybody get into a fight? You know you can't fight on screen because then they'll get the channel banned. So I guess the dude put the camera down like, hey, man, you know, you got to record everything. That's the one thing about these streamers. They record everything, every argument, every single bit of, you know, back and forth that they go fighting. You know, they try to turn the camera to the side type shit. But
Very
Kobe,
weird.
just ball out, man. Just go crazy, man. On the field.
Stay
On
home,
the
Kobe.
field.
I know. I
Stay home.
saw a lot of Falcons fans like retweeting that, like saying like, "Oh man, come on, Kobe," or like, you know, saying like not a good look, or, you know, stay home, you know, type of thing, like try and give him advice. And then I was gonna retweet that and then say something like that, but I was like, nah, he follows me on Twitter otherwise.
Oh, another thing too as well.
That's not what you were thinking. That's that. You know what you were thinking?
He could be watching it right now. He's in that streaming
Kerry,
world. He could be watching it now.
But I know what you were thinking.
But no, really,
exactly
he does
what you
follow
were
me on
thinking.
Twitter, so it's like I don't want to like
Co-sign this, but I do feel like that. Like, come on, man, Kobe.
Yeah, man.
Stay
Stay home,
inside.
Kobe.
Wanna watch who
Hey,
you
Kobe,
associate
if you
with.
are watching, we support you. We rock with you.
I don't mean to interrupt, but ATL leads 121 to 119, 13
19 seconds left.
Oh, 13 seconds for me.
Hey,
Damn. They got the shoot. Okay.
they got a foul? They got foul?
No. I'm behind you. So yeah, it's 121, 119. Detroit has the ball, but we're up by 2.
Just
So I
know,
guess they're gonna play for the final shot. Oh man, what a game this was, Kerry.
just know,
What a
Kobe,
game this was.
if you watching, if you listening, Kobe, a lot of those streamers in that type of field, a lot of those people that was in the house with you are not going to be in a position that you are in the NFL. So
That's
if
right.
they crash out, they crashing out knowing that they don't care that they don't play in the NFL,
That's right.
right? So you got to be
They
careful
gotta
in
go
some
to
of
their
those
job next
situations.
tomorrow. Well, it doesn't matter.
They finna cut the stream on tomorrow and talk about it while you got to
Yeah,
go
there you
look
go.
for an NFL team. You know how it is when it comes to this NFL business, man. We just hope that Kobe's doing the best thing he could, especially what's going on out here with NFL players and off the field instances. We don't want these type of things to happen, man. But Kobe, just keep doing what you got to do, man. You know we respect you here on One Time for the Fan. We've always give you shout outs, man. You know, he's probably even heard me over there behind the bench when I'm yelling out Hawk Mamba. You know, so big shout out to Kobe, man.
Want to say thank you to Eric Mack in the chat giving us updates because I'm like, I want to know the Hawks are gonna pull it off.
Yeah, keep
Wow,
giving us
man.
updates, man. Because I'm not looking at the game right now. I'm looking at Twitter, and Adam Scheffner. You know, he posted the 49ers and the Rams. They're playing the Thursday night game, which is going to be 5:35 p.m. because it's a 17-hour time difference, and the Rams and the 49ers will be taking the field at 10:35 in the morning in Australia. Kerry, Wednesday night games. 10:35 in the morning games in Australia, 5:35 p.m. Thursday. Kerry, what the hell is going on with the NFL? Is Roger Goodell lost it? Or is she just trying to just get money? Like, what is going on here?
I don't know. That's too early in the morning. Why so early?
121, 121, 9 seconds left. Hawks ball now.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Keep
and I
us
just want to
updated.
say, shout out to Millie Mills in the chat. This is absolutely not a Bama hoodie. T. Will is the only person on this call that wears a Bama hoodie.
Stop it! Stop
This
it!
is Atlanta Braves.
That's it. You can obviously see the colors. I'm not a Bama fan, people. Okay, I'm not a
T-Will,
Bama fan.
You called her in here, and now she ratting on you too. So there you go.
Oh.
There
Well,
you go.
it just came up. He says, Carrie, is that a Bama hoodie? No, this is absolutely not a Bama hoodie.
Oh,
This is Fox.
wow.
I mean, this is Atlanta Braves. But I had to show you. I don't know if I can show you the back of it.
Hold on. Let me solo
Oh,
Kerry so
that's
everybody can
dope.
see.
Oh, that is dope, Kerry.
Kerry,
I love
hold on.
that.
Hold on. Let me move this banner out the way. Kerry, let me see the back of the hoodie again. That's an Atlanta Braves
That is
Falcon
dope.
fans. Check that out. Carrie
That's
has
dope.
swag. For those that
Yeah,
do not
she
know, Carrie has
She does.
crazy
Maybe.
swag.
She does. She really does.
Crazy
Yeah, she
swag.
does.
I'm
That's
sure she got
dope.
the. Don't let her go put her Manchester City stuff on because you're gonna be like, yo, that's my favorite team.
That's
Right.
dope. I gotta
Thank
give it to
you.
her. That's dope. Carrie.
Honestly,
That's what's up.
I do have some city stuff, but nothing like my Falcons.
Right.
Love it.
Braves,
Love it.
Hawks.
I love
Hawks
it.
is where I really need to step it up. I got a lot of Braves and obviously Falcons the most, but I need more Hawks. I need like a nice Hawks jacket. I got some.
Y'all, it's 9 seconds left.
Hey, is it still tied?
Yeah, they're tied. But Hawks got the ball.
They're gonna go for
Dude,
game-winning
they
shot
blows.
here. Let's hope the Atlanta Hawks get this game-winning shot. Trevor
Bro,
Simeon.
I do not see how what's his name. Oh my god, what's his name? Does all the games, Carrie? What's his?
I know. I was about to say, can we check in on him? Like,
Oh my
Oh,
god,
Larry?
I don't see how he does it.
I don't know. You can get a hit on the channel if we show him. We got to figure out how we can do that because there's a
Going to overtime. It's going to overtime.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Going to overtime. Yeah.
No.
Golly,
Dang.
Dixon Way. That's what. I don't see
Dixon
how
Way,
Dixon
Larry.
Way does that. I would be banana. I don't see how I would be bananas.
he's
I'd
so
be
great
bananas.
at it. He's so great at it.
Shout out to him. Go check him out if you haven't already. He does all the commentary for every single Hawks game, Braves game, Falcons game. It's actually crazy like that. He pretty much does every single game. And yeah, he's so good at it. He has like 200 people watching him right now with the commentary of the Hawks game.
Dixon Way keeps it real. So big shout out to Dixon Way. Falcon fans, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. We should be able to finish up this podcast before the Hawks finish OT. So signing from the Atlanta Falcons with Trevor Simeon. Of course, they also signed Brian Robinson Jr. They also made a trade too as well in the recent days. I mean, this is surprising to see. Falcons bringing Sidney Brown from the Philadelphia Eagles, trade their 4th round pick for the Eagles' 4th round pick, trade their 6th round pick for the Eagles' 6th round pick. Carrie, you like this move?
Yeah, I like this move. Did you know that's Chase Brown's twin brother?
I did not know that, and you just
that's-
updated me on that.
Yeah, Chase Brown, Cincinnati Bengals running back. That's his twin brother. That's cool,
That's what's
right?
up.
I learned that recently too. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I like the move. An Eagles player, so former Ian Cunningham organization, probably his ties there. I think it was a good move. You essentially pick up safety depth that you really don't have. So I like the safety depth that we add with him coming to the team, and you really just moved down some spots in the draft. You didn't lose any draft picks, really. So I like it. I like the move.
J Kidd, are you going with the first pick with the Falcons for the 2nd round, or are you talking about the Hawks? Let us know what you're talking about here, J Kidd, because we're gonna talk Falcons, we're gonna talk Hawks Hill, we'll talk Atlanta Sports Week shit. Chat is live,
Braves.
chat is lit. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Braves coming back this week too as well. The Braves are going crazy.
Friday.
Great. I can't wait to see Atlanta turn up again. So you said the Falcons. Who am I going with our first pick in the 2nd round?
Who you getting next for that?
Not naming the player, I'll just name the position. Right now, it's looking like wide receiver or cornerback.
Zachariah Branch.
Chances are I'm going with a Georgia guy. Seeing the extensive talks that they had with Zach down there at Georgia's Pro Day, flashy receiver, kid's going to be a stud in the NFL. He's going to be a superstar. He can help you out on deep ball situations if you want to throw it up. The guy is fast. His route running is crazy. Probably got to put on a little bit more weight. He's gonna take a couple of hits in the NFL. It's totally different than college. But this dude is solid. And he went to the University of Georgia. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
They go T-Will. He went to the University of Georgia. And
to your
I'm just
point,
thinking of Zach. Yeah, I think it's a wide receiver. Carrie?
I think
Wide receiver too, or I don't know why. I just have a feeling it's not going to be like a sexy pick for fans. It's going to be like offensive line or defensive line. Only because of like the backgrounds of both Ian Cunningham and Kevin Stefanski. former offensive lineman, guy that loves to draft. You look at Kevin Stefanski's drafting record in the past and the Cleveland, he's all about drafting, in the trenches. So I don't know. I have a feeling that's going to be a priority. And Cunningham even said that you gotta prioritize the trenches. So it's going to be very interesting to see where we go with that second round pick. But yeah, I think it could be receiver, or I think trenches for me.
Well, let me pull this up here, Falcon fans, so you guys can check this out here with us. Atlanta Falcons Fandemic. Millie Mills in the chat says, I'm still going D-line, especially edge. You can never have too many. Big shout out to Millie Mills in the chat. He's definitely right about that. Falcons Fandemic. Cowboys in the chat. He said, first family of Falcon football. Big shout out to Fandemic with the one time for the fan emojis too as well. He said wide receiver and then O-line. I'm just going to pull this up here as Scott Karasik, like Jurassic, does a good job breaking down Falcons' unofficial depth charts, puts up these small rosters and stuff for us to look at and just get an idea. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. This is your wide receiver room, Falcon fans. Drake London, Dotson, Zacchaeus, Casey Washington, Tompkins, Chris Blair, and Dylan Drummond. Right? Let's go who the Falcons. Let's go over this quickly. And we can agree or disagree together, chat. So hit the like button, tag your Falcons friends, tell your Falcons family. If they want to watch it later, it's going to be up on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Amazon. Catch the replay. Feel free to comment and on the chat too as well. You have three quarterbacks here, Kerry, T-Will. Penix, Tua, Simeon. They're not going to go quarterback, right? They shouldn't go quarterback in the draft. Am I right,
No.
Kerry? You there? Oh, you
No,
guys,
they shouldn't.
No,
Okay.
I think
After you just saw the moves that they just made,
signing a third
string quarterback, they're not signing a quarterback in the draft.
So waste of a draft pick. Looking at the running backs, both Robinsons, Bijan and Robinson and Brian, Nate Carter, who was on the team last year, who could possibly be your number 3. Carlos Washington. If they want to have a camp battle for these two guys right here, it's possible. If they want to add an undrafted free agent, that's possible. I don't want to waste the draft pick on these two positions right here, knowing that they might not be on the field. Now, if Nate Carter's not the guy you're looking for and you draft the guy, well, I hope you draft the guy to take Nathan Carter's spot, because right now, that's the only way I can see this happening. But for what Ian Cunningham said about having some solid running backs in the room and they're going to add to it, Nate Carter and Bijan was the two running backs that was in the room before they added Brian Robinson, which is a solid pickup. Wide receivers. If fans are not in on Casey Washington, if the organization is not in all the way on Casey Washington, and of course these guys that were on the 1-year deals last year that came in to just help out in a situation where our wide receiver room was looking pretty bad with the Drake London injury and then the Darnell Mooney injury and whatever else information Raheem hid from us. Chris Blair has been sitting on the practice squad to where we've been saying, like, we're Team Blair. He led the NFL in preseason yards. We'd love to see him get a shot. But let's just say you do move Chris Blair up one spot. That 4 spot is probably still open. And if you're not going to bring back Casey Tompkins or Dylan Drummond, if you're not heavy on these 3 guys, that's where a wide receiver could come in at the draft. Tight end too as well. I don't see them going to take a tight end in the 2nd round or the 3rd round if Joshua Simon could be, a Charlie Warner or maybe a Tololo type of play. Because Pitts, Hooper, and Warner seem like they haven't let go of Warner either. Warner might be here to stay. That's their 3 tight end set. Of course, they had to keep another tight end too as well. Probably add to the practice squad. Going to the offensive tackles and the guards and the centers here. Got a camp competition battle over there. I'm looking at the Mike Jarrell situation and, of course, the Andrew Stuber situation. You can go and add to that room too as well. Even if I bring up the other depth chart right here that you guys can see. Jake Matthews, Bergeron, Nuzeel, Lindstrom, and McGarry lead the way. Storm Norton and Caleb McGarry both had injuries last year, so that hurt us in a major way. Bergeron was even out for a minute where Kyle Hinton stepped in. And I saw Jack Nelson get on the field too as well. Jack Nelson being a 7th-round pick the year before. hopefully he's been developing over the summer because he might be needed in this situation. So yes, you can add some offensive line depth at this moment right now. Am I right, Kerry? You can add a wide receiver right now. You can add some offensive line depth.
Yeah, 100%. Especially, I mean, to be honest, I feel like Ian Cunningham has done just that. You know how he talked about raising the floor, and he's added depth almost at every single position. So I like it. I like that he's added depth. I feel like that's something the last regime really failed to do well.
Right. And so far, so good with Ian and the crew. Now, the defensive line is something to watch for, too, as well. Zach Harrison coming back, had the injury last year. Doyle is coming back. We're glad to have him back. He's coming back from the injury, too. Rook is there. They just brought in Deshaun Hand. Lakel London gets re-signed. Ben Steele, Elijah Garcia, Chris Williams. I know Chris Williams came over from the Bears. However, they're going to work this with that, 3T, 4T type of role. Even Jalen Walker, who's still going to be there. Aziz, who's probably not going to be starting because, you want to make sure he's healthy. Samson Ebukhan, who came over from the Colts, and, of course, you want to make sure he's healthy. Braylon Trice. What's up, brother?
Not to cut you off. When you say 3T, you mean 3 technique, correct?
Yes.
4 technique, right? Yeah, just because you got some folks in the chat may not know that. So
that is true. So I definitely apologize. I'm glad T-Will was there to help me out. That's what good friends are for here. You got a couple guys, Aziz, Samson, and Trice. Now, this is somewhere like, who said that in the chat? Somebody said they would want to add to the edge, probably. This is something to watch for. Yes, we have Aziz. Yes, we have Samson. And Braylon Trice is going to be coming back to battle for a spot. All 3 of these guys were injured in the past couple of years. Aziz has been injured. We tried to trade for him a couple of years ago. He's been injured. Samson has been injured. Braylon Trice hasn't even played a lick on the field yet. Could they take a shot at edge? The James Pierce Jr. situation, that's tough to watch for right now because why? We don't know the outcome of that. They can get an insurance policy on a draft pick that is an edge rusher. Now, you don't want to go out there and realize, oh, we done drafted another James Pierce Jr., and when it's time to pay this guy, next thing you know, you got to really break the bank for some of these guys. But you can take a shot at edge rusher in this draft. It's not going to hurt you. I think the defensive lineman class over here is a little bit more stacked versus the edge rushers, seeing that 1, 2, 3 is injured, and the 4th one, we have no idea what the NFL is going to do about his situation. So for right now, if you're looking at draft, I'm going to put wide receiver on the board. I'm going to put offensive lineman on the board. I'm going to put edge rusher on the board too as well. The linebacker situation, not too many people are heavy on J.D. Bertram or Malik Vernon. I've known the chat for a while to talk Falcons, and they haven't mentioned good things about J.D. Bertram. Nobody's even mentioned Malik Vernon too as well. Could be a camp battle. Troy Anderson, we've all talked about him and his injury situation. And, of course, we went to go sign Christian Harris and Channing Tindall. Channing, I think, is going to get some PT on the field. Christian Harris has been injured too. Respectfully, he's been injured. Of course, he's coming back off of that, and now we get a chance to see Christian Harris with this Falcons defense. You can take a shot at linebacker to protect Divine Diablo. So we got 5 picks, wide receiver 1, offensive line. I'm not going to say if it's a tackle or guard. Offensive line will be 2. Edge rusher could be 3. Linebacker could be 4. Now, this is where it gets tricky. T-Will, Kerry, please agree or disagree. You got A.J. Terrell, Mike Hughes, Billy Bowman, Clark Phillips, Darnay Holmes. They just re-signed Natron Brooks. One person who we forgot about and we haven't mentioned much of, Mike Ford Jr., who Mike Ford could possibly definitely be up here on this 53. Could it be AJ, Mike, Billy Bowman? There's going to be a camp battle around here with Mike Ford Jr., I think, because of his special teams play makes it.
Respectfully, I think Mike Ford is more of a special teams guy.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
So yeah, I don't know that he would, I mean, hey, anything's possible, but I think he's more a special teams guy at this point in his career.
Where do you throw in a corner?
Left. There's
Hawks
8 seconds left in overtime with the Hawks are leading only by 1. 8 seconds left.
Who got the ball?
Detroit.
Oh man.
Freud has me. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm done. Oh my God.
They're going to try to get it to Tobias. They're going to try to get it to Tobias Harris or Austin Thompson or Thompson.
Come on.
Well, we're about to find out right now, guys. Oh
Honestly,
my
Thompson is the guy you want with the ball because he's not much of a shooter. But if Tobias Harris gets it, I've seen Tobias Harris ice some games before.
Dyson Daniels personal foul.
Okay.
Jalen Duren misses the shot.
Duren has missed some free throws. This
guess
could be
what?
double
If he makes
overtime.
it, that means we got time.
This could be double overtime. Duren has missed some free throws, even at home.
He just missed one.
Let's go, Hawks win.
That's Duren.
Oh my gosh, he missed it.
Wait,
Hawks
did they win? I don't see that. Did they win?
Hawks win. Let's
Yeah,
go.
they did. Yeah, they did. My bad, brother.
go.
I shouldn't have doubted you.
Let's go. We don't
Let's
have
go,
to.
Hawks.
You don't have to hear they blew a 19-point
Let's go,
lead tonight.
Hawks.
Oh, thank you. My goodness.
My brother's gonna give me such a hard time. Like I said, they won. What are you doing, T. Will? You right, Eric. You right.
3-game win streak for the Atlanta Hawks.
Let's
Let's
go.
go, man.
Big
The
win on the
best
road
win.
against the
Let's
Detroit
go.
Pistons right now. They really have the city behind them right now. They're putting the city on their back.
That's the #1 team in the East, Jack.
They
Let's
are
go.
missing. Let's be respectful here. They are missing Cade Cunningham, which if he was in the game, it could have been a totally different game. That guy's a 29, 30
We
point
won.
scorer.
Who cares? We
That's
won.
true.
Thank
That's
you.
true.
Let's go.
I'm with Kerry. I'm with Kerry.
Coulda, coulda.
I'm with Kerry.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
That's
go.
good. That's good. We needed
Let's
that.
go, Hawks. Let's go.
Jeez, that would
It's
have been
good
sad.
seeing. It's good seeing the Hawks win in the chat from these Falcon fans because you guys represent the city. You know, you diehard fans represent everything that Atlanta stands for. And big shout out to everybody posting the Hawks win in the chat. Big shout out to everybody who's giving us updates about the Hawks game as we're sitting here talking Falcons football in the chat. Eric Parker, oh my God, here he goes. There's Laker fan is in here talking. I'm just playing. Big shout out to Eric Parker here talking Falcons football, man. So respectfully, even if they want to go safety, is DeMarco Hellams, has he played his last snap as an Atlanta Falcon? Is he going to come back for a camp battle against whoever they need to go up against when they draft somebody? Could be a safety they can get. That could be your 5 picks right there. If it's going to be a wide receiver, if it's going to be an offensive lineman, an edge rusher, a linebacker, corner, or safety. Now, if you trade back, you can get some value. You can get some good players that's still in the 3rd round, in the 4th round. You can double up on some picks here and there. But the wide receiver spot, I'm really worried about, unless it's Chris Blair moving up or they see something special in Tompkins, Drummond, or Casey Washington. Right now, not too many fans have been speaking much about Casey Washington. He's battled injury. He's battled time on the field with the recent coaches. I know fans are like, hey, maybe Stefanski gives him a shot. Hey, maybe. You know, I'm not the coaching staff. I respect Casey Washington's game as a player. I just want to see more when it comes to what he can do with this team. Now, Devin Tompkins, that would be a guy I wanted to see back. Special teams guy, could be your kick returner, punt returner. And of course, he's like a spider in the offense too as well. This guy is quick, he's elusive. Saw him play a couple games last year where, you know, he might be able to make some things happen. But I just can't rule this wide receiver group as just that's the group that's going into the NFL season. It's not saying it's flashy or anything, or outside of Drake, Dotson, and Zacchaeus, you know, we can't move the chains. But if let's agree here or disagree, Kerry and T. Will. If you go draft Zachariah Branch in the 2nd round, and you put Branch with this wide receiver group, even with London, Dotson, Zacchaeus, Bijan Robinson, Brian Robinson, Kyle Pitts, Austin Hooper, your wide receiver group just got much better if you go draft Zachariah Branch. I mean, much better. Are we agreeing or disagreeing?
Definitely
Agreed.
agree.
I agree, but I'm with Jay Kidd. Are we ever going to see Chris Blair on the field? Man, maybe because it's a new regime, so maybe they'll actually give him a chance after seeing him ball out in preseason.
I'm hoping and I'm praying that Chris Blair gets his shot this year, because in previous years, Chris Blair has been going up against wide receivers who I think the coaching staff, it's kind of like how it was back in the day when T. Will, you know, when you're in high school, when you're, you know, when the coach has got his team picked already. right? And you're going in there to go battle for a tryout, battle for a spot. I knew that back in high school when, some of the guys were getting ready to go try out for the basketball team. And it's like, why are they trying out for the basketball team? And coach already got his 13 players there. There's 300 guys over there trying out for the team. Coach got his 13 players right there. He only needs like 2 or 3 more. All y'all ain't finna make the team. And I'm pretty sure he already knows who's going to get ready to make the team too. For Chris Blair, I think that's what it kind of was for him as a wide receiver the past couple years. Eric Parker said the politics. That's what it seems to be for Chris Blair. This kid has balled out in the offseason. He's been grinding. He's been working hard, putting in that wide receiver work, and the players respect him too as well. I see a lot of players, just showing love to Chris Blair just for even being on the team. But he's also a cool guy off the field too as well. I don't know if you've ever talked to Chris Blair, chat, but he's a super cool guy, man. Knows family too as well. They're all super cool. But Chris Blair, what he's done mentally and physically to prepare to be to the next level, I hope that they look at Chris Blair as the wide receiver that, he believes himself to be. Because that dude right there has been putting in work. And for him to be sitting on the practice squad with the amount of work that he's been putting in, and you guys saw him in preseason last year, and we were down wide receivers. And they still overlooked Chris and went to go sign guys that we're looking at right now. Like, who are these dudes? How are they getting contracts before Chris? So let's hope that Chris definitely steps up this year. Now, if they want to go Drake London, Dotson, Zacchaeus, Zachariah Branch, Chris Blair, and, they want to have a battle for the 6 and 7 spot and all that, that's perfectly fine. But I hope to not see Chris Blair on that practice squad this year. I really does hope that he gets a contract. And, he's that guy who can help lift that wide receiver room to another level outside of Drake and Dotson and Zacchaeus. But yeah, that's just what I'm looking at right now. T-Wells, you look at this list right here, the unofficial, we can go to this one right here, the unofficial depth chart projection. Looking at the draft, T-Will, right now, who are you spending your 5 picks on? Like, who you putting your bread on right now that the Falcons are going to go ahead and draft?
Well,
and then we can go ahead and do our shout outs and get up out of here.
If you're taking Branch, for me, you got to get a corner, and the rest are probably going to be on big pretties, as Lo would say. Like Ian said, he likes to stock the lines. It's all about the offensive and defensive lines. So I would imagine that you'd have probably one for receiver, or if it's me, one for receiver, one for cornerback, and the rest on D tackle and all. And I'm sorry, the defensive line and offensive line. Let's put it that way.
Oh, snap. You can hear it right there from T-Will. Kerry, I think we all agree that wide receiver corner might be the move right there too as well. Kerry, what would be a surprising move that the Falcons make in the draft that you would just be shocked that they would waste their 2nd round pick on?
I was going to say I would be shocked if they moved up into the 1st round. That would be pretty shocking for me. I don't see that happening whatsoever. I feel like Ian Cunningham has thrown a few subliminals at the last regime, talking about how you can't just waste the future trying to bank on now, and basically saying that you cannot just move up in the draft and try to, lose picks in the process, and just because you're trying to hurry up. It's like desperation, essentially, trying to move up in the draft, essentially. And I feel like he's more so the trade down type, and how he's told us he's all about acquiring more picks, how first year in Chicago he went from 5 picks to 10. So that would be my shocking move, moving up into the 1st round. I'm really wondering, though, if we're going to get some kind of shocker as far as a player traded, i.e. Jesse Bates III or Kyle Pitts Sr. in the draft. I'm hoping neither, but I'm just curious. And if I had a pick, it'd be Jesse that would be traded of the 2.
Right. After seeing the Sidney Brown move, I saw a lot of people in the chat or in the comment section. Jesse's gone. Jesse's gone. Be prepared for Jesse. Hey, right now we can't say that right now. Like I'm not going to say that.
I don't think
For me personally, I don't think that's the move. That signals that is just Sidney Brown is more so depth player. I think because of the Phillies' safety room being so sparse and they really didn't have any depth there, he started a lot of games last season, maybe the last 2 seasons actually. So for me, I don't think signing him necessarily means Jesse is gone. I think Jesse stays and I think Kyle Pitts stays, but because our GM likes to acquire more picks, I'm hoping it's just going to be through trade down in the draft, not
Right.
necessarily trading a player.
Right.
But I'm just saying that if there were to be a player traded, I would see Jesse more so than I would see Kyle Pitts personally, just because Jesse's older in age than Kyle Pitts. He's past 30. Kyle Pitts is still young, still in his prime. Jesse is also not a premium position as a safety. And I'm pretty sure he's top 3 highest paid safety in the league. So, and he's on a contract year, right? He has 1 year left on his deal. So it's like, okay, you're likely probably not going to bring him back. That's just my prediction. So it's like, do you want to acquire some draft capital for Jesse to maybe a contender? Just a thought. I'm hoping Jesse Bates III stays. He's one of my favorite players. But just something I'm thinking about, like, wow, it'll be kind of shocking for me. Somebody might get traded. I'm trying to mentally prepare myself, I guess is what I'm saying.
I
Just
agree.
in case it happens.
I agree.
I hope not, though.
Respectfully, though, Carrie. And here's the deal with this Falcons roster, this team. And it's sad to say this, but some can agree or disagree. We're not as stacked as what fans could think about. Like, we don't have just, this tier 1 talent from a bunch of players that we were going to spend a bunch of money on. People wanted to go get the guy from Denver Broncos, the Franklin Myers move. We wanted probably 2 different wide receivers than Dotson and Olamide, and Austin Hooper signing doesn't really wow people. I get how some people can agree with that on that side of the fence. But for me, if you trade Jesse, you're losing a big part of your defense. I know some fans are like, hey, man, Jesse last year is this, that, and third, and he took a step back. If you trade Jesse, you're taking a big loss from your defense. That man is still top 5 safety in the NFL, however you might look at it. If you trade Kyle Pitts, you're taking a step back from your offense too as well. This team doesn't just have the $100 million like next year where we can go get these big tier 1 star talent players.
Right.
Trading Jesse is like, bro, you really might need Jesse right now in this type of team. Trading Pitts is like, that's a weapon. You really need Kyle Pitts in this type of offense. Next year, though, you can't pay Bijan, Drake, Kyle, and Jesse. That's not happening.
Right.
Not with that money that you got.
Right. And that's the only reason I'm just mentally preparing myself, because really anything is possible when you bring in a whole completely new regime. None of these players are who they brought in, who they signed, who they drafted. So it's like anybody's free game, really. And when you're trying to, plan for the future, respectfully, like to your point, Jack, he might not be part of the future because it's very highly unlikely. I know people don't want to hear that, but it's highly unlikely he re-signs it with our team.
Right. We can get the best out of Jesse just this year with Kevin Stefanski's new team that he's coaching here, and Jeff Ulbrich, and of course some of these guys. But we will see what the Falcons do. T-Will was just getting ready to do the shit. T-Will.
All right, let's do our
T-Will jacked up on that Hawks win right now. He wants to go ahead and sip some sparkling water and go to bed. Falcon fans, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button, man. You guys are great. MacTown Dirty. Everybody in the chat. Eric Parker's still talking crap. If Falcons, Eric Parker's something else. Falcons fan, let me say you're right, Jack. That's exactly the reason to deal Pitts now while his stock is being watched.
I don't know.
Cowboy, I'm not on the trade Pitts move right now, Cowboy.
Well, I'm not either. You see how big he has been for the locker room? Like, it seems like he's really becoming more of a locker room guy. He gets along with everybody. You don't want to if they want to see this is the final chance for Michael Penix Jr. to see if he could be our future franchise guy, you don't want to take away one of those guys that he had the chemistry with. And again, you're planning for the future. Kyle Pitts is 25 years old? He's very young. He was drafted very young. And then I don't know, then you're going to have to replace him in the draft. I don't know. Personally, I don't see why to trade Pitts when he still is young and could be part of the future as far as the Atlanta offense goes. Personally, for me, I'm not trading Kyle Pitts.
You got a coach that likes to use tight ends, and then you trade your number one tight end on the team. It's like, what? Well, who's
it's
he going to
weird,
use?
yeah. And not just that, but like I feel like once we tagged Kyle Pitts, just recently, I feel like other franchises are probably like, okay, yeah, they're not letting him walk. They're gonna try to work out a deal. So of course they have to plan accordingly for their team, and they've probably already like figured out, picked up free agent tight ends or planned for who they want to draft. I'd be very surprised if he's dealt on draft night personally.
Well, Falcon fans, here's the good thing about it. One time for the fan is from the fan for the fan. We talk Falcons football in a Falcon way. You guys can agree or disagree. We love putting the comments on the screen. You guys do a good job of talking Falcons. We value everybody's opinion here. It's not an argument or a debate where we're going back and forth. We're going to start cussing people out. If you believe the Falcons are going to trade Jesse or Kyle and they got to move on from it, and you've looked at what previous coaches and previous organizations have done in the past, and you know that we can, make moves and get players, and you know how that can work out. Now, that's the Falcons organization. It's not us. But here at One Time for the Fan, we just enjoy talking Falcons football with you all, keeping you all updated, talking off-season news, getting you guys ready for the jersey release happening in a couple of days, getting you guys ready for full day that's coming up in Atlanta. Braves talk randomly here and there. Hawks talk randomly here and there. We just putting on for the city because that's what we love to do. And Falcon fans, this has been a great podcast tonight, talking with you all. And I can't wait to get back on here and talk Falcons football again with you all. I'm sure Kerry can't wait. T-Will can't wait either. But we do have to wrap up the show now because it's time to enjoy the rest of the evening so everybody can go out and be with their family and their friends and probably hit the club, do whatever you want to do, go to sleep, wake up, get ready for work tomorrow. But you guys have been great. Chat has been amazing tonight. Continue doing that every time we go live. And, of course, we'll do the same as we respond back here on these microphones. Kerry, I guess you want to go ahead and give T-Will a shout out too, since T-Will's already tucked away in the bed with his little blankie and his stuffed teddy bear. He could have just waited 5 more minutes, but he's
I can't wait. I can't wait 5 more minutes because my phone is right on 1% right now. So I'm about to be on my T-Will if I don't hurry up here. So sorry about that, guys. But shout out to T-Will. Shout out to you, Jack. It's been fun talking Falcons. Go Hawks. It got the win tonight. And can't wait to talk Falcons again. Thank you everyone in the chat for joining us. And I'll talk to you guys later because my phone is literally at 1%.
We're all glad to have Kerry here. Just know that. We're all glad to have Kerry here. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Big shout out to everybody watching, everybody listening. You guys are amazing. What you guys can do before we end the show, if you haven't hit the like button, just hit the like button so that way we can continue being in the algorithm with all the Falcon content creators and, of course, all the NFL content creators too as well. You guys have been enjoying the show. So many people was in here tonight, watching with us tonight, chatting with us tonight, and we enjoy every single moment of it. Big shout out to T-Will, former ATL Sports. Big shout out to Kerry, One Time for the Fan, and big shout out to Bodie 3000 full proof, man. You guys continue being great. Falcons, continue doing what you're doing because the people are loving it right now. And, it's almost time for draft and to get these guys in voluntary workouts and get them back on the field. And let's see what these Falcons can do this season. So hopefully we get some more updates on NFL schedule as we get closer to May. As you see, they already announced that 49ers Rams are playing that Thursday game, which is going to be like Friday morning, apparently, in Australia because they're 17 hours ahead. Thursday night, 5:25 game. Seattle Seahawks playing on Wednesday night to kick off the season. Wednesday night football is now in play now on Peacock and NBC. this is a little wild, but hopefully they give some information about the Falcons international game so fans can start booking their flights and their travel, and just be preparing for, a big game for the Atlanta Falcons this year. Big shout out to everybody once again in the chat. Big shout out to everybody who rocks with One Time for the Fan. And of course, you diehard Atlanta Falcon fans.